Okay, I'm introducing now on my show now. We have a band, the duo called the Five Roses. Hello to you both. How we doing?
Hello.
Very good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Great to have you on. You're the Five Roses. Can you just introduce yourselves for my listeners, please?
So I'm Zach,
I'm Jade.
and we're Five Roses.
Ah, nice to meet you guys. How long have you been together? And also, how long have you been together, and how did you meet?
Yeah, so we've been together since 2016 now, and we met at the barbershop where I worked at the time because I'm a hairstylist too. And so yeah, Zach came at my hair salon to get his hair cut because they wanted to do a photo shoot with his old band. And so we talked about music. I told him I was a singer too, and we just like chit chatted. And then maybe 2 months later he called me back and he was like, "Hey, I want to start a country duo. Would you be interested in seeing if our voices match well together?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure, why not?" And so we met at my place. I remember we started to jam, and then the rest is history. We started to write together, and here we are.
Great. You got a new single out as well. What's the single called, and what's the kind of the story behind it?
So the single's called "Living in a Country Song," and it's basically a song that encapsulates like everything that we love about country music. So it's about how life can really at times resemble actually living in a country song, and I think the reason behind that is that country music is in our opinion like the ultimate kind of like genre of storytelling, so a lot of times you'll listen to country music and you'll see yourself in it. So it's an ode to that, and yeah, and it's climbing up the charts, and we're super happy with it. It's doing great.
That's good. Who are your inspirations? Like, whether you grew up on country music, who did you kind of listen to, look up to?
There's so many of them actually. We're influenced by pop punk. We're influenced by country music. We're influenced by pop too. There's so many artists that we can be influenced by, and I think for me, I'll talk for me first. When I was young, my big idol was Shania Twain, and so yeah, she's kind of my number one since the beginning. I'm just yeah, I love her.
Have you ever met her before, Shania Twain?
So we
Played a
played,
show,
yeah.
yeah.
So we played a show. We played a show last summer, and but we never had a chance to meet her. But we saw her
Yeah.
just
Oh,
there.
that's good.
We saw her from afar.
Yeah.
You never know. One day. How about yourself, sir? What type of music has inspired you? Like, do you know some of the legends as well? Like Glenn Campbell, classic country. Have they inspired you?
Yeah, I mean, I listen. I'm a weird kind of animal. Like, I grew up listening to like all sorts of music. I grew up playing in punk rock bands. I listened to like, I grew up listening to like Oasis and Third Eye Blind and like Semisonic, and I'm a product of the '90s, right? So like it's like that's what I grew up listening to, like grunge and rock and roll. And then that kind of segued into pop punk and punk rock, like when the Blink 182s of the world started to come out. Obviously, like I gravitated towards that. And then I started discovering country music, kind of like, I mean, easily over a decade ago. I started just listening to country artists. Like, oh my God, like this is like the best kept secret. Like, why was I not listening to this, a long time ago?
Because
And then I just,
because I know country music, you got many genres of country music, like country rock. Kid Rock done like country crossover rock as well. Have you kind of done
yeah,
that as well? That style?
yeah, I mean, our style is very like I guess you call it new country, right? So it's not traditional country where it's, very, mid to slow tempo. It's more obviously rock, oriented. We infuse it with a lot of guitars and a lot of big drums and stuff like that. Yeah. So there's definitely a Kid Rock feel to it.
Sure. And I understand you're coming here to the UK very soon.
We're so excited. It's gonna be my first time going to the UK, and I just fell in love with Europe when I went to Paris last year. So yeah, I'm just so excited.
And you've got some tour dates in Ireland as well, just across the
Yeah.
North Sea there. Oh, brilliant.
Yeah. It's honestly like, it hasn't really hit me yet. I mean, they always say that, they always say, I'm going to be so sick if you toured Europe, and like, I think that for me, like, it hasn't hit. Like, I just had a newborn like 2 months ago. So like I'm so knee deep in like changing diapers that like I haven't even realized that I'm going to Europe. But like I've been to the UK personally. I've been to the UK. I've been to Dublin, and London, and a bit of the surroundings. But I was there when I was like 22. I was in Dublin. I went to the Temple Bar District and I got loaded for 3 days. So it's not exactly taking in the culture and the scene.
Yeah.
And yeah, I understand you're Canadians as well. It's part of the Canadian country themed tour you're doing. Is that right? Um, is the show based on Canadian country artists? On the
No, I mean it's all of our original music.
Oh, I mean on the headline, you're part on the bill. There's other artists that you're performing with.
Yes, yeah. So we're performing with it's all our label mates.
Okay,
So
brilliant. And
yeah, so we're four artists and we're all part of the same label, and we're doing it's a really cool concept. Like we're all sitting on stage at the same time, and we're doing kind of like an in the round. So like we're going like artist to artist to artist to artist, playing each one playing a song, and kind of the story behind the song. And
oh, that's
yeah,
good because rather than like having an act do like say half an hour and then bringing another act on, you're doing like taking it in turns, say.
yeah, and we're interacting with each other too on stage.
Yeah.
So it's like there's some good banter and whatnot, and then like you know I don't want to give it all away, but like we're also going to do like they might do some of the other artists might do backup vocals on our songs. We might do some backup vocals on their songs. So we're all kind of just playing off each other. It's going to be really cool.
Yeah.
Do you have a website as well where people can check like your music and your tour dates as well?
Yep. So it's fiverosesmusic.com.
Brilliant. Any dedications or shout outs, or would you like to say anything to like your followers?
Thank you guys for supporting us. Like it's a dream come true for us. We never really thought we'd ever be here. I mean, we met in 2016, and here we are going to London. So
Right.
kind of crazy.
Got your new track now, which I'm going to play for you. Thanks for taking time out to speak to me today. The Five Roses, and I just wanted to ask, how did you come up with the name for your duo?
So I was downtown one day at my office and just working away. And there's a famous building in Montreal called Five Roses Flower Factory. So it's like this. If you look it up, it's like this. It's like this really old school factory with this big neon sign that says Five Roses Flower. And I just saw it glowing in the distance, and I was like, "It's gonna be cool if we just remove the word flower from it." And just made our band name, and it's kind of like it's an homage an homage to Montreal and to where we're from. So I thought it just felt right.
That's cool. Well, guys, thanks again for joining me on my show, and I hope to catch you at one of your shows soon. All right, if I can make it. Okay.
Yeah, we'd love to. Yeah.
Hope to see you soon. All right, take care out there.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Brilliant.